Bryce, as I said earlier, and the name of my company is called Building According to Pattern. I wish I did all the fashion stuff like everybody else, but I am pretty much the product. And I incorporated my business in March of this year, but just like you, I think I've been toying with the idea for a good 2 years. Like the thoughts were coming for a while, and then I decided it was time to take the step towards it. Professionally, I'm an environmental engineer. I'm in school doing a second master's degree in marriage and family therapy. I'm all over the place, okay? But ultimately, my desire is to become a life coach. I am a life coach, like Corinne always says. Yeah. I do motivational speaking, I train, I teach, I mentor, and I love to talk. And I enjoy helping people discover their own unique design and go after it. One of the frustrations I had as I was in my job for the last 7 years, I believe. I've been in the environmental industry for the last 13 years. But I've been in my job for the last 7 years and 6.5 years, and going to work was a drag. Going to work for me was a drag. There was a point in time when I cried to go to work. And I couldn't sleep Sunday nights. And I couldn't make the connection. I just could not sleep Sunday nights. And then I got involved with a mentoring program by Dr. Miles Monroe. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of him. That's my man. Yes. And he started getting you to think in terms of vision and purpose, and what exactly is it that you really want to do with your life? What are the gifts and the talents and your passions and all that stuff? And out of that experience, I've been in the program for about 3 years now, out of that experience, Building According to Pattern was birthed. So I'm about empowering people to find out who they are and not be afraid to go after it. And you know what? The fear is going to be there because I still struggle somewhat with fear, but courage cannot take place in the absence of fear. You need to be afraid in order to be courageous. Okay. The famous French romantic writer Victor Hugo says, "Nothing is as powerful as an idea whose time has come." It's the greatest force. Nothing can go against an idea when it's time for you to give birth to it. It's time for it to be manifested. And if you pause for a second and you think about it, it is because of an idea while we're all sitting here. Corinne had an idea to bring business women together, to provide support for them and motivate them. You're sitting next to a woman right now who had an idea, and that's what brought her here. You had an idea, and that's why you're here. Now, ideas, I want you to think beyond just the word idea. Kind of expand your mind to think of concepts such as perception and perspective, because they're all interrelated. Your thought processing, your concept of perceptions and your thought processing and your ideas, etc., they're potent enough to propel you into your destiny, to get you into fulfilling the visions that you have for your life, the dreams and all the things that you want to do. But at the same token, if your perception and your perspective is off, it could sabotage you. And I don't know how many of you actually started something and a thought came along the way, or your perspective got shifted somewhere along the line, and it just stopped everything from moving. So everything comes down to perspective. The way you think is really, really powerful. Your thought is the most potent thing that you have. So if you'll indulge me for about 15 minutes, and I probably took 3 out of it already, I want to talk to you a little bit briefly about the idea of framing your world by shifting your perspective. Okay. Now I have a couple of questions before we begin. I'm assuming here, everybody here is an aspiring business owner or is already a business owner, correct? Okay. Now, how many of you are honestly satisfied with where you are at right now? You're not. All right, so it would be reasonable enough to say that everybody's pretty much looking to move to the next level in your life, whether it's your life or it's in your business. And who is ready to make that shift? Because that's very important. How many of you can relate to at least one of those terms? Or one of those words on the screen? How many of you are currently contending with at least one of these issues right now? You're either struggling with fear, lack of achievement, failure, unfulfillment. Anybody? What are you struggling with?
Fear every day.
Fear every day. Anybody else? Anybody else is struggling with anything?
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty. What else?
Mediocrity.
Yeah.
Mediocrity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then lack of achievement.
Lack of achievement. All right, here I have two wisdom keys for you here. And I did say I'm an environmental engineer, so sometimes you're gonna see some things that seem engineering, and I have a science background, so I mix it all together. All mechanical systems require an external source of energy to maintain motion. That's a physics law. All that simply means is that when you got into your car this evening, did your car just get here by just sitting in the car?
No.
What did you have to do?
Started.
You had to start the car up. What else?
Impress the gas.
Had to press the gas. You had to put it in gear. You had to navigate it, right?
Yep.
Now, if you had stepped into your car, you did all that good stuff, but there was no fuel in it, what do you think was going to happen?
Stop.
You're not going anywhere. That's what that statement means. All mechanical systems, technically your car is a mechanical system. As a matter of fact, every system that we operate is mechanical. We're considered mechanical systems as we move and breathe. Everything that moves is moved by another. There's always a force pushing us. There's always a force. You have to get into your car and make your car move. Everything in life, when you begin to think about it down to the basic level, has to be moved by something else. Now, I want to challenge you this evening to make a shift in your thinking, in your perspective. There is a cause, and when I talk about the word cause means purpose. It's the why something exists, or the why something is done. So there's a cause that's attached to every dream, every vision, every business, and every life. We're sitting in this store today because there was a reason why you wanted this store, right? Not just to make some money, but you wanted to provide service to the community. Every one of you sitting here has a business that you're involved in. And there's a reason why you're doing your business, correct?
Yes.
You're not just doing it because I remember you said, oh my God, it's like breathing. So it means the moment you stop doing that, it's like you're dying. Okay, so there is a cause, and each person has a unique business, and there is a unique purpose as to why you're involved in what you're doing. Now, that cause or purpose was designed by a manufacturer. So we're sitting in this wonderful office space right now, and all these accessories are on the wall, courtesy of Miss Cassandra, right? She's the manufacturer. She's the designer. Now, the keys or the principles to the success of any cause or purpose is predetermined by the source. Cassandra here is the source of this business, correct? So she's already determined in her mind what it is going to take for this business to work. The people she needs to be connected with, right? The suppliers she needs, the kind of clients that she's going to be going after, the products and the services that she wants to offer. She is the manufacturer or the source of, what's the name of your business?
Cellular one.
Cellular one, yes. This word principle is very, very important. And by definition, what it means, it is a law or rule that is established to create the right environment so that a product can function to full capacity and achieve maximum success or the maximum output. So now, for example, if, I don't know how many of you in grade school ever did the experiment where you had to, your science teacher probably sent you home and you had to put a seed in a cup because you wanted to watch it grow. No, you had to have the right environment to facilitate that growth, right? If you put the seed in the cup without soil, would it grow? Okay, if you put the seed in the cup and you put it in the presence of some light, but you never watered it, would it grow? If you put the seed in the cup with the soil, with all the water it needs, but there was no light, would it grow? So when we talk about a principle, it's a law that creates the right kind of environment. And when I talk about that, I want you to think in terms of your business, because everybody here does different things. I have no clue what y'all do. But the thing about a principle is it's something that can be applied across the board. And as long as the environment is right, you're going to achieve the maximum outcome for what you want in terms of your business. And not just in terms of your business, but your life in general. Okay? Now, the most important thing I want you to remember here is that if the principle is altered, what's going to happen? You can't achieve success. So if you step outside and you pull up a plant out of the soil and you bring it into your home because it looks so beautiful and nice, what's going to happen to it a few days from now?
It's gonna die.
It's going to die. Why? Because we altered the environment. We violated the principle. Conformance to principle is what guarantees you maximum success. The moment you bend that principle or you seek to alter that principle, you've already limited how far you're going to be able to go with your business. Whatever endeavors you're undertaking, if you don't find out what that principle or the principles that are applicable to your business or to your life, you're not going to get the success that you're looking for. The people who succeed are the people who apply the principles. Find out the principles and apply it. Now let's go back to the whole idea of source. We said Cassandra is the manufacturer of this business here, right? Now, some of you might be surprised to know that all these wonderful dreams and ideas you have in your mind, they don't come from you. They come from the source, which is upstairs. The source of your dreams, your vision, your business ideas, your life comes from the master manufacturer, which is God. And I know a lot of people don't think, I know none of you here feel that way, but there are a lot of people who actually think they're the ones who come up with these brilliant ideas and strategies and creativity. All of that comes from God. All of that comes from God. The principles, ideas, concepts, and strategies for the success of your business or your life is then intricately tied to His wisdom. Now, this is the dilemma that a lot of people face. They cannot access or tap into the source of wisdom because they're disconnected from Him. It's like wanting something to happen, but there's a chasm between this, A and B. And unless that chasm is connected, you're not going to get the product that you're looking for. You're not going to get the business that you're looking to bring forth. You're not going to get the life that you're looking to live. And one of the problems is because of this word, religious. Most people have a religious construct of who God is. And as long as you maintain God in that box where you just go to church on a Sunday morning if you go to church, or whatever it is you do, as long as you keep Him or you limit Him to that area, the stuff that you need to happen, the wisdom that you need, the success that you're looking for, the principles that you need to know from Him as the source, as the manufacturer, you're not going to know it. So your responsibility then, as we said earlier on, everybody wants to move to the next level. You're going to have to shift your perspective, the way how you view God. As a matter of fact, I don't want you to even call Him God when it comes down to business. I want you to think of Him as your source. I want you to think of Him as your manufacturer. I want you to think of Him as your boss. You think in terms of your boss? You go to Him if you need stuff. You're not sure what you need. You're not sure what's the next move you need to make. Start thinking of God in terms of a businessman. Because technically He is a businessman. I'm going to challenge you today to take God out of the box. Begin seeing Him as your source for ideas. How many here need more ideas? If your business is going to thrive, you need more ideas. You need more creativity, right? You know, Corinne hooked me up with this whole website thing, and I have no clue what I'm doing. So I need to know what I'm doing. So I'm looking for more ideas. I'm looking at a blank slate, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to put on this? I need ideas. Insight. How many of you need wisdom? Wisdom is the capacity to know what to do when you need to do it. How many of you need strategies? Because you might have the ideas, but you don't know how to strategize to make it happen. How many of you are looking for answers? How many of you are looking for revelation? Because you could get all the information in the world, but something must click to say, all right, this is what I need to do. How many of you are searching for direction? Instructions. Knowledge. Corinne said it earlier on. Knowledge is powerful. If you don't know, you know, people always say what you don't know won't hurt you. It's a lie. What you don't know will kill you. Divine connections. How many of you need some divine hookups? You know when I say divine hookups, what I'm saying? You want to cross path with the right person. Listen to me. You don't need a lot of people. You need one person. One person is all you need. And I'll tell you how I met Corinne. I went online and I went on LinkedIn and I linked, what was her name again? Kay Richardson. And Kay Richardson called me up and she's like, what is it you do? And I babbled and went around in circles because I didn't even know how to express what I wanted to do. And she said, you know what, I'm going to an event, I'm going to be the guest speaker. I think you should come. That's how I met Corinne. And that's why I'm standing here tonight. You don't need a whole bunch of people. You just need one. To the next level in your business, in your personal life, in all the endeavors that you have, you're going to have to engage God more. You're going to have to take him out of the box of religion and start talking to him seriously. Get your notepads down. Start writing down your ideas. Start writing down your questions. God, look, I need to get this thing done. You know, I know you know the right person who has the answers for me. Just cause them to cross my pathway. Let me just start talking to somebody who knows somebody who knows. Like she knows everybody. So I go back to my wisdom keys. All mechanical systems require an external source of energy. Your external source of energy is God. It's your manufacturer. And that's how you're going to maintain motion. And for me, the greatest philosopher that ever walked the planet said, separate from me, you're wasting your time. You can't do anything. So today, I'm just going to encourage you to start reframing your world. You were designed to succeed. Everybody in here has a unique thing that you're working on. I might not be too savvy with what you're doing, but you were built for that. You were designed for that. So I'm going to encourage you to connect all of your efforts, all of the energy, all of your time, all of your resources. Because we're limited. We're finite beings. We don't know everything. We can't know everything. But because he knows everything, if you connect your best efforts to his abilities, moving to the next level is going to be easy. It takes more than bread. Your own toil, your own labor, your own efforts to stay alive. What it takes is a steady stream of instructions from your source's mouth. And that comes from Jesus. It's in the book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 36.
Amen.
I wasn't expecting to get that, but hey. So, frame your world by shifting your perspective. That's it.
Yes, we